Hey, what's going on, guys? This is me, Sid, and today I'm actually going to show you guys my zombie combo video. I know it has been anticipated for quite a while. To be fair, there aren't that many changes, but they are significantly important changes, even though the volume is actually quite low. But before you start, friendly reminder to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, so as you can see for my hand number 1, my hand looks like garbage, right? This is the kind of situation where most players, and I literally say most players, like 95+% of the player base would go Zombie World, normal Gozuki, send Glua Bloom, summon Doom King, make Vampire Sucker, pass. This is a loser play on literally so many levels. It's actually incredible how garbage it is. So obviously I can do way more than that because, by the way, this third card doesn't have to be Zombie World. It can just be any card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because we're just gonna lose it because of Plague Spreader Zombie, as you can see. And now I'm making Needle Fiber, and this is already like 4 interruptions, so it's 4 times better than the garbage combo that most people would do. So yeah, Formula Synchron, draw 1 card, blah blah blah. Everyone knows, by the way, you can't reuse the effect of this yet, because otherwise you won't be able to make that Martial Marcher, so you're going to use the effect of Glua Bloom here. And by the way, this is another really important thing. One play that you can do is use the Glua Bloom with the Link Cross in order to make the Needle, like actually Needle Fiber, and then summon Doom King from the deck, and then make a Vampire Sucker using Martial Marcher and Doom King. But that's not the play I did here. That would have been better, because then you can draw an extra card with the Formula Synchron that you summon off of Needle Fiber. Because you actually tag it out. Yes, I actually do use the hidden, the really cool effect of Needle Fiber, which is, when I first read the card, I thought it was going to be like the most impactful effect of Needle Fiber. It turns out it really isn't. But yeah, you can do that, and then you go for the Shiranui Sun Saga play, of course, which is like one of my coolest inventions in zombies. Well, it's actually probably one of my only ones. I mean, just the negation combo is actually all of my creation, so yeah. Anyways, you're going to summon Doom King here, and then make Vampire Sucker. If you have Mizuki, one really cool play that you can do is banish it to revive back the Needle Fiber, then draw 1 card. And this is going to be, I believe, 7 interruptions, because you can make Appaloosa for 3, so that's 3, and then Doom King itself is 2, and then you have Sun Saga to pop 3 cards, that's 6 interruptions, and then I guess Zombie World. But yeah, it's gonna be at least 6 interruptions, at least. And this is like really good in the current format, so your opponent cannot go for Isolde because all the monsters on the field are zombies. He cannot go into Striker, Dragon, LP, or Pisty, because once again, those actual like Link monsters require you to use dragons as the Link material. And then there's something else, actually, I kind of forgot, but yeah, these 2 are the biggest ones. It's actually really similar to DNA Surgery, and that's why I want to make a video on that card. Actually, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's basically all there is to combo number 1. And also, one really cool thing is that during your own turn, I believe, you actually get back the card that you actually stacked with Plague Spreader Zombie. So this is only a 2-card combo. It's only Gozuki with Zombie World, but Gozuki plus Banshee would unfortunately not work. So that is the reason why Zombie World is actually a better card to draw than Banshee. So 3 Zombie World and 1 Terraforming actually makes a lot of sense in the current version that I am playing. Whereas Banshee, like, yeah, sure, you still kind of want to play it, because it does synergize really well with Quick Draw Synchron, Danger Monsters, etc. It's really not as good. So that's it for combo number 1. Let's jump into combo number 2 now. Alright, so before we go any further, there's something that I want to explain here. The Adara actually kind of has to be Adara. It can't really be Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, because when Cock-a-Doodle-Doo actually leaves the field, it is unfortunately banished, whereas Tenyi Spirit Adara does not have that side effect. And the Glua Bloom, this is kind of like showing what happens when you do draw Glua Bloom, because most of the time it is kind of bad. You just summon it from the hand with Needle Fiber, but when you actually link off a Gozuki and you can use its effect, your combo is infinitely better, especially if Needle Fiber was the link monster that you summoned with Gozuki. So I'm going to show you this right now. It's pretty sick. So the Gozuki is obviously going to send Banshee, obviously, but if you already hard drew Zombie World, you just send Mizuki and you gain, like I said, 2 to 3 extra more interruptions. So yeah, now we're gonna make Needle Fiber, Chainlink 1, and then Gozuki, Chainlink 2, so we play around like just everything. This is crazy, man. We play around Ogre, Nibiru. I mean, we always play around Nibiru when we're comboing, but this is actually just nasty. So we're gonna summon Plague Spreader Zombie, and then Unicorn, Link into Link Cross. I'm sorry, holy shit. This is nothing new, by the way. I have been doing this in my older zombie videos, so this is kind of what I said when, you know, like you actually draw a little bit more than just the standard combo, then yeah, you're going to revive back Glow Bloom, and this is this is where you can see that this is going to make Herald. So by the way, if you have like a Uni Zombie on the field or a Foolish Burial in your hand, make sure you always use those effects to send first and then make Herald, unless you're really trying to abuse Shiranui Spirit Master in a cool way, because that's also something really sick that you can do. So yeah. Then yeah, Plague Spreader Zombie again, gonna make Needle Fiber. So this is one of the very rare situations where, oh no, never mind. I thought I was going to also end on Masquerena, so that's not the best combo. Basically, all it really does is just create an additional Herald of the Arclight. It's basically the exact same board as last time, because we basically could have just made Masquerena if her line of play was a bit different. Actually, probably not, because Link Cross actually is a Link monster, and you can't make Masquerena with Link monsters, but still, you get the point. Even the combo that does make Masquerena, if you don't have the ability to make Needle Fiber as well, honestly, I'm just scrapping it, because now that I have the space to play 2 Needle Fibers, I might as well just make Needle Fiber, Vampire Sucker, and Doom King, and then, like I said, I draw multiple cards, I make Spirit Master, I pop 3 cards. If the Herald negates first, that's a 4th Synchro in the graveyard. I explained this very, very well. I mean, the 3rd Synchro is going to be the second formula when you sync into Shiranui Sun Saga, so by default, you always have 3 pops. And then, once again, like I said, if Herald actually negates first, it's going to be 4 Synchros in your grave, and then you pop 4 cards without targeting, which is absolutely nasty. However, I do believe that it does miss the timing. This card is special summoned. Oh, actually, it does not? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So, even if your opponent goes, I don't know, like Regeki, and then you chain Formula Synchron to make Sun Saga, pop like 4 cards, on resolution, you can banish a Shiranui monster from your graveyard to protect it. So if you play Solitaire, that's actually really, really cool. And then you pop 4 cards, and it's pretty sick, because Trishula unfortunately does not have that flaw. Even if Trishula was indestructible by card effect, if it is summoned as a Chain Link 2 or higher, it does not banish anything. Same thing with the new Trishula, they still kept the missing the timing annoying clause. So I guess I know they do that just to make cards a bit more balanced, but sometimes cards already suck, and they put that restriction on top. So that's kind of lame, but who cares anyways. Moving into the 3rd and final combo now. Alright, so, yeah, well, I mean, as you can see, my opponent has Ash, and I have 3 cards in my hand. I don't have Called by the Grave or Tactical Talents or anything like that. And, a really annoying comment that I kept saying was, that I kept seeing was, what do you do if you get a hand trapped? And I'm like, the thing is, the hand traps, they don't really do anything outside of just removing a card from your hand, really. So if you have a good hand, the hand traps are just like, they're not really doing anything. Obviously, if your hand is like the bare minimum, and you only have 2 cards in your hand, your opponent has 7, then obviously hand traps are going to affect you. Obviously, if your opponent doesn't have hand traps, and he has 6 cards in hand, even if you have 2, you can still win, because you draw so much in the combo. Well, I mean, the 3-card combo draws 4 and makes like 7 interruptions, but this is basically what's going to happen if you get Ashed. If you get Veiled or Infinite, it's not the same thing, because this Uni Zombie is not going to be able to use its effect to discard the Mizuki, which is exactly what I'm going to do in 30 seconds. So, by the way, this can literally just be any extender in Yu-Gi-Oh! I just really wanted to showcase like Adara and as many combos as I could, because this card really is insane in the deck. But Quick Draw Synchron basically just does the exact same thing, it's just that you pitch, and realistically that can be better. For example, if this hand was Quick Draw Synchron, Mizuki, Uni Zombie, then I would have been able to play through Infinite or Veiler, like on top of like playing through the Ash. Like I mean, obviously I only play through 1 of the hand traps, but at least it gives me a bit more just a bigger zone of being able to play through hand traps. So this Uni Zombie is going to get Ashed once again. The Veiler Infinite just do not work, because now I use the effect to pitch Mizuki, and now I make Needle Fiber, and this is actually quite unique. So I have Bloom with no Zombie World. Once again, if you did have Zombie World, the combo would be significantly easier. So, once again, the exact same hand, but with Banshee instead of Mizuki would be, I want to say, even better. You would make more interruptions. So, now Banana is going to draw. You have a chance to redeem yourself if you draw Zombie World here. You can make like 7 interruptions and draw significantly more cards, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't too lucky, so I drew Infinite, a useless card. Now we're going to make Union Carrier, because if you actually paid attention, I revived back the Formula Synchron and not the Glow-a-Bloom, so light and light equals Union Carrier, and now we're going to do something really cool. So the Mizuki is going to revive back the Glow-a-Bloom, and we can target it to equip any monster with the original type and attribute. So watch out, because even if you have Zombie World on the field, it's not like you could equip just anything to it. So it has to be really a zombie that you're targeting to Glow-a-Bloom. Like, then Martial Metal Marcher is a wind machine, and if you have Zombie World on the field, you still can only equip winds or machines to it, as you can see. So that kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world sometimes. So now we're going to equip Banshee, and then Chain 1, Chain Link 2, and this is how we do it, honestly. I mean, that's it. You have Doom King that negates twice, because you can banish a monster during your opponent's field, on either player's field or graveyard during either player's turn when a zombie monster effect is activated. So Needle Fiber proactively triggers it, and then you can negate any monster effect. This is going to be drawing you 1 card, and then you're going to have 3 Synchros in the grave in the form of 2 Formula Synchrons and 1 Martial Metal Marcher. So Sun Saga is going to pop 3 cards without targeting. Once again, if you had Shiranui Sage, then the combo would be significantly better. Shiranui Sage stands for Solitaire, by the way. That's just the original name of the card. So that's kind of how we do it. And if you have Vampire Sucker, of course, you're drawing like significantly more cards, especially, like I said, if you had Mizuki to revive back a Needle Fiber when you transformed it into Link Cross. So yeah, I'm just going to draw 1 card for fun. Obviously, I'm drawing into hand traps because I'm skillful at Yu-Gi-Oh! That's how we sack our opponents. Even though I don't think playing hand traps and zombies makes any sense, I was playing a controller version of zombies, and I was losing almost most of my games on like EDO Pro against like good and bad players and bad decks. So I just thought, you know what, why am I even listening to people? Why am I even saying like, oh, you know what, yeah, maybe you guys are a bit right, hand traps do make sense to play in zombies. They suck so much. You might as well just play more extenders, and Forbidden Drop, of course, but yeah, if you sacrifice consistency just because you want to play hand traps, because you want to give yourself the illusion that your deck is going to be better going second, you're obviously wrong. And if you're trying always way too hard to make your deck compete in the current format, then you're also doing something wrong, because you might actually just get like demotivated and say like, oh yeah, this deck, you know what, it's not really good in the current format, I'm just going to quit it completely because it sucks and all I do is lose. But at the same time, you're obviously being very biased because you're just getting hand looped by Snow Grenade, so that makes you want to play more hand traps, but then you play against control decks, and then you want to play less hand traps, and then you realize that you break when you play a lot of hand traps, so you're always a loser. And yeah, like zombies is just that kind of sleeper deck that exists, and you have to just be aware of the combos, because if it ever becomes good one day, then you can play it. So if you disagree with anything that I'm saying, you're stupid, and that's all I have to say, really. That's just the best mentality to have with any deck, really. Like, there is no reason to just say, okay, you know what, a deck sucked during one format, it will always suck. That's just a bad mentality, and people who think that way usually are sociopaths. So once again, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say and showcase for this zombie combo video. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.